So Nicholas Jackson gets us underway. Senegal defending the goal to the right there in the all green today. Expect a lively, high-tempo affair between these two teams. Senegal have scored in every single one of the matches that they've played in this tournament and at this venue. 4 wins and 1 draw, which was against the Democratic Republic of Congo. He has a first touch since the kickoff for Jackson. Falls for Mane. Papagay, of course, has been another outstanding performer. 2 goals against Sudan in the round of 16.
Not just those goals, but his involvement in the game, has been incredible.
Now, Mane's little touch against the feet of Abdel Magid. But the Egyptians will have possession here and a chance to clear their lines.
I don't know if you remember, I did mention that probably Jackson wouldn't have any involvement in the African Cup of Nations, but he's having another chance today. I had a talk with, he said never mention names.
Salah, no action there. Certainly nothing on the replays either to suggest a foul against Idrissa Gana Gueye. We did see players sent off against Egypt in the group phase for a hand in the face of Mohamed Salah. That was Khuliso Mudau in the group game against South Africa. You've got to be careful when you jump up for those balls with the outstretched arms or hands that are too close to the opponent's face. Now, Jackson being pulled back, gets the free kick and the first yellow of the game. Abdel Magid will not play in the final.
There is no second chance to tell you that, it's the first. That's too soft, isn't it? That's the grab and then the pull.
Second yellow in as many games. Mohamed Hani. It'll be a throw in though. I think Diouf saved that in a region where there's much pain for him now.
Only you know that region, Mark.
He really does look to be in pain.
No, definitely. Let's see if the ball really struck him in that position. Oops, right.
Yep.
Right there. That can be painful, especially in this cold weather as well.
I'll give him a bit of time, the referee from Gabon, and quite rightly so too. Cover comes from Rabia. Only as far as Iliman Ndiaye. He scored the goal that won them the quarterfinal against Mali. It came inside the opening 30 minutes. They'll be looking for a positive start here as well. Quarter of an hour gone. Now, left-footed cross towards the back post. Mane stretches. A little unlucky.
He's trying to go for the spectacular. Will have easily passed back to Adiakite, who was right there waiting for a pass.
Adiakite plays for Lyon in France. This is Ashur. Now brought down Mamouche by Koulibaly. Remember, he could be in yellow card trouble. Koulibaly, for a second successive game, is booked, and for the second time in his career, he will...
If they make it to the final.
If they make it to the final.
Nice,
Marmouche flicks it up. Whistle sounded. It'll be a chance for Senegal to clear their lines.
What will be going in the head of Koulibaly?
Oh,
psychologically,
it must be terrible.
He have to be strong enough to be focused on this game, because if he reflects to what happened when he missed that final, it will be a lot in his head. He have to be a professional, solid in his head to stay, calm and focus on this game.
He's now had a red and 2 yellows in this tournament, and I don't think we've ever had, Daniel, I can't remember off the top of my head, a player suspended twice in a Cup of Nations. Chance for Jackson. That's a good shot. That's fired away over the top.
That's a good strike. Defenders.
Ashur to Fatu. Long ball forward here for Marmoush. And Koulibaly battling away with him again. This time certainly gets the better of the challenge. Early ball in search of Diarra. Not properly cleared by Rabia. So Senegal with a throw-in. Now, Koulibaly is down. Needs some treatment. That was a second challenge now with Marmoush. Has he hurt himself?
I'll say, that was what I was talking about earlier. That was what I was telling you 100% earlier. That's psychological in his head. Now comes to play. Because he knows in his head that even if we get to the final, I'm not playing. So if I feel any twinge that I can sacrifice to keep going to make the final, why should I? Something like that. I'm not saying he's thinking it, but just the psychological aspect of what might be going in his head.
They have used Abdoulaye Seck as a finals. You did feel it there almost immediately. Finding those passes with the precision that we've seen in previous matches.
When you're playing the big boys, that happens. Now is the test that we're talking about.
Hossam Hassan was a legend as a player. He was the first man to play in 7 Cup of Nations. Koulibaly is back down on the pitch again. I think that's the end of him as far as this encounter is concerned. What a disappointment.
Yeah, 2 different managers. One is calm, the other one is jumping, bombing from one corner to the end. But all the message that need to be sent is sent. So sad to see.
A miserable tournament for him, really. That red card that he picked up against Benin was only really awarded after a fairly lengthy VAR check, although at the end of the day it was a scrape on the back of the Achilles. But it looks as if Young, the way the referee would have seen it.
Yeah, it was right there in front of them, so I'm sure he got it right.
Promising passage of play for Senegal comes to naught, with the Egyptians very quickly closing down the spaces. Half an hour gone. Still just that shot really from Jackson in anger in this game. We've not seen the goalkeepers tested.
Yeah. That's all what we've been talking about, Mark. When the both teams are tactically sound, there's no room for any attack.
Good turn from Mane. Now, can he get away? Finds Jackson. He has a chance for Diarra. Gets a bit of a deflection. Takes some of the sting off the shot as well. Made it a little bit easier for El Shenawi.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna, pass the ball, to Niang on his right side, because he's more technically, he can take on the defenders.
Now the crowd beginning to just lift the volume a little bit. Here is Mane up against Abu Grisha. Was looking for the corner. It's going to be a throw in.
Yeah. He knew it was going to be a corner. He knew how they are a threat, and he got them off it.
Now Papagaye gets a shot in on the right foot. El Shenawi has very little problem dealing with that one. This is with Papagaye now. Quickly taken up to Jackson. Is there a chance or time for a strike here from the Senegalese? Gay. Diarra. Is there time for a corner perhaps? It comes off Yasser Ibrahim. We are past the 4 added minutes.
I see Salah asking for it, telling the referee it's already time. Shouldn't allow them to... Can you understand what he's doing? You guys are already on time. You can see Salah, you see?
Sadio Mane changed the corner taker. And
He's gonna let him do the corner kick, but the moment they changed the player, then referee said that is it. So there's 0-0 after 45 minutes of play. We'll take a short break, come back with the highlights from this, the first half of football on BE Sports of this semifinal.
Get us underway here in the second half. Ashur in possession. No score after the first 45 minutes. Couple of chances for Egypt, for Senegal. None for the Egyptians. Let's see what the second half brings, particularly with Trezeguet coming on.
You can see how they isolated him on the left side. Keep the ball on the right side and have a quick switch, because he has that pace and is very good on one-on-one situations.
They did start with a back five, so perhaps now going to a back four, Egypt. And who takes over on the left-hand side remains to be seen. There's Ashur over the top of Marmoush, and Mendy will get a first touch here at the start of the second half. One semi-final in the Cup of Nations previously between these two countries, 20 years ago in Cairo, the 2006 tournament, which was won by the Egyptians. Amr Zaki scored in the final 8 minutes to win 2-1 for Egypt.
And the Stacks did say that, when these two teams meet in the semi-final, anyone that goes through always ends up winning the trophy.
In fact, Egypt, to their credit, the last 7 times they've been in a semi-final have won every single one of those semi-final encounters. You've got to go back to 1984 for the last time they lost the semi-final encounter. Senegal, as we mentioned earlier, playing in a 3rd semi-final in the last 4 editions, so their form of late has of course been settled on a set piece.
Just get the good swing in and then get one of your tall men to get behind it. Something might come up.
Diatta will take it with the right foot. Looking for a little bit of a curl in on goal. The Egyptian defenders not giving an inch here. Diatta plays it short to Mane. Mane on the edge of the area where Kamara fancies a shot, gets it on target. And El Shanawi.
Most situation in football, when you give unnecessary corner kicks, it ends up hurting you. You just have to wait and see the outcome of this one.
That was an earlier shot.
It's holding back a bit.
No way through for Jackson. Dealt with by Abdelmajid. Yes, Papagay holds off Fati. Diouf, Mane. The defender is Yasser Ibrahim. Very quickly, 3 Egyptians in the neighborhood of Sadio Mane. They know the danger he possesses.
And the form he's having at this AFCON, you wouldn't want to give him any room.
Now Njai. This time he's taking on Trezeguet to the byline, gets the ball in towards the goal, but cleared away by Abdelmajid.
A player who has ability, who has such ability, should do it more. Get the ball, take the defenders on. You might get something when you get into the 18-yard box. Always a possibility.
Now a bit of space here.
Normally gets the ball and do those, interchanging passes. He doesn't see them because the Egyptians are doing a wonderful job. You see them all lined up, a 5, a straight line on the back, 3 in front of them, 2 in front of the 3, and then when they come a bit deeper, they become 6.
Kamara. Ghana Gay has a look ahead, finds Mane in a bit of space. Little ball in for Jackson. Very quickly, the options of a square ball across the face of goal cut out by the Egyptian defence. Now another long-range effort. Kamara. Mane! Goal! Sadio Mane with a touch of fortune.
Touch of fortune, but at the same time, touch of class. If another player will have botched that ball all over the bar. But you know, a quick control, the ball knocked off him, ball dropped in front of him perfectly well, and then he struck that ball. We call that grass cutter in Nigeria, and it bulged the net.
Well, it's as much as Senegal deserve. And Sadio Mane is the man who has put his team in the lead.
But the VAR might see a different angle of it.
Now, there was the shot from Kamara that caused the commotion. There's the rebound.
Yeah.
And Mane takes the opportunity.
The ball hit him on the mid-session, dropped perfectly well for him. A player with that ability and a player with experience like that knows what he needs to do. One thing in his mind, hit the target, and the net bulge. Still, you know, surging forward and leaving that space in between the, you know, Sadio Mane, the front three, and the mid players.
Time's running out here for the Egyptians. Marmoush got a wonderful goal in the previous game. Ball inside to Trezeguet. Corner. Senegal made a mistake there, letting that go through, feeling perhaps that would have been a goal kick.
That's not even allowing that pass to go behind the defense in that tight situation.
First corner of the game for Egypt. It's taken them, 84 minutes to get there?
What really matters is the ball bulging the net.
Zizou, back post, header from Mohamed. Mustafa Mohamed goes over the top.
And you can see the difference now in attack. You can see you know, the Egyptians' mind now. They want to go for it. They want to go equalize. So 100%, that's why.
Marwan Atiyah coming off. And coming on Salah Mohsen. Salah Mohsen from Masri has had one game in this tournament. That was the draw with Angola, where Egypt had already qualified from the group stage, used all of their fringe players, gave them a bit of a run out.
That's the best thing to do. Stop them from breaking all those crosses. You can see that's what they're looking for. Get the ball wide. You can see how many red shirts are in front of the Senegalese goal.
We're inside the final minute now. Zizou on the edge of the area. Zizou again. Shot from Marmoush. First shot on target in the game. On the clock.
And the referee just looked at his watch.
Long ball in. Is this the last attack from Egypt? How close are Senegal to the final? Down goes Mohsen. Play on, says the referee. Senegal waiting for the final whistle here. They'll be going to Rabat to the final to play Morocco or Nigeria. If they can hold out in these closing stages. It's all over. Senegal are in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations.
They have Sadio Mane. They have him to thank him because he has stepped up, you know, and he has done the business, you know, for Senegal. You can see the Egyptian players, you know, on the top, few of them on the top, you know. It's a beautiful game of football. Tactically, you know, both teams, one got it right, one got it wrong. You know, Senegalese, they continue playing the way they know how to play, the way they started from the group stages. You know, Egyptians knew, you know, the force that they come into play against the Senegalese, the quality of player the Senegalese, you know, have on the pitch. If they go toe-to-toe, they might end up struggling, and they held back. But when they went down, they went for attack, but it was too late.
Sadio Mane scores. Senegal progress. They're into the final of the Africa Cup of Nations.